Guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. So today I'll be talking about the 5 things they don't tell you about a year abroad. So a quick backstory to me. I did my year abroad in Melbourne, Australia in my last academic year. So I was there from July 2016 to July 2017, so it was exactly a year. And it was quite the experience. It was quite the experience indeed. During my year abroad, I felt like I was doing my year abroad wrong because it didn't fit into this ideal narrative that had been created regarding year abroads. But turns out a lot of people went through the same things I did. It's just that no one spoke about it. So I'm here to speak about it. So let me stop rambling on and get into 5 things they don't tell you about a year abroad. So the first thing they don't tell you about a year abroad is that it's expensive. Like, it's expensive. Very, very, very expensive. It's expensive. Unless you're going to a country like Malaysia where everything's cheap and like so good, you will be spending a lot of money. So I just stress the importance of budgeting. Like, budget. If you can, get a job and save. Don't spend recklessly, because the last thing you need is to be in a foreign country broke. You don't need that stress. And I say, like, if you don't know how to budget, you will by the end of your year abroad. Now honestly, definitely budget. Think of it, you will be paying for your visas, accommodations, flights, and fair enough, you may or may not be getting student finance, but it still don't cover it. It still don't cover it, hunty. Like, you know, it still doesn't. You just need to be very wise with your spending. Like, very, very, very wise. The second thing they don't tell you about a year abroad is that you may not travel all over the world. I know there's this idea with a year abroad that it's like a structured gap year. A lot of people feel or think they'll be able to travel all over the world and explore. But sometimes this might not always be the case, depending on your commitments in the country you are studying in, your schedule, whether or not your uni is okay with you skipping class to travel. It may or may not happen. And also, if you're broke, like linking to my first point, if you're broke, you're not going to be able to travel as much as you would like. But I would say don't be disheartened if you see other people who are on their year abroad, like traveling all over the world. Like, don't be disheartened. The fact you are living in another country is amazing in itself. And I would say immerse yourself in the culture of the country you are studying in. There are so many hidden gems, and just make the most of your experience and the place you're in. Like, you don't want to be moping around in your room saying, I want to travel, but everyone's traveling and I can't. And there's like so many beautiful places in the country you're in, but you miss out because you're focusing on what everyone else is doing, you know? So I would say immerse yourself in the culture, explore the country you're in. Don't be disheartened if you can't travel abroad as much as you would like. The fact you're in another country living and breathing there, obviously breathing, is great in itself. The third thing they don't tell you about a year abroad is that you won't always have a good time. You may not always like your year abroad. Sometimes you would want to go home, you may be over it, and it's completely okay. Everyone feels, well, most people feel this way at one point or another in their year abroad. It's just no one talks about it, and I wish more people did. Everyone portrays that they're having the best time on their year abroad, and this isn't always the case. Like with everything, people only show you what they want you to see. They don't show you the hard times. They don't show you when they're going through things. But I do wish more people talked about it. So it's quite sad. Like, think of it, you'll be dealing with homesickness. You may or may not be homesick. Adjusting to a new culture, so dealing with a culture shock, meeting new people. Most of you may be pushed out of your comfort zone. Like, this will be something you're not used to, just being in a new country, new environment with new people and trying to settle in, and it can be hard at times, but it's okay if you feel this way. You're not alone. But I would say if you're feeling very, very, very low, do reach out to people around you. Contact the wellbeing services in the uni you're at. Contact your wellbeing services at your uni back home. Let your families and friends know back home, and reach out to the people around you in the country you're within, because you need the support. And your mental health is so important, let alone when you're in another country away from everything that's so familiar to you. It's so important. It's okay to let people know when things are hard, and it's okay to let people know when you're not okay. Like, it's so important. Make sure you have your support network, and defo reach out if things get too hard. The fourth thing they don't tell you about a year abroad is that you may not make loads of friends. You may not make loads of friends, like tons of friends, but it's okay. Like I always say, the quality of a friendship is better than the quantity of it. So I'd rather have a great friendship with 1 or 2 people than having shallow relationships with loads of people, you know. You may think because you're a foreigner, or like a foreign student, everyone will flock to you and be intrigued by the fact you're not like them, you're from a different country, you have a different accent. But as quickly as they come to you is as quickly as they'll leave. The novelty of you being different or foreigner will like quickly wear off. But it's okay. It's okay. Don't be disheartened if you see other people with loads and loads of friends. Just focus on establishing like good bonds with the people you can, the few people you can, because they will become your support network. They will become really good people that you can rely on and count on whilst on your year abroad, and they may even become friends for life. So I would say focus on establishing really good quality friendships rather than trying to make friends with everyone, because those friendships may be shallow. You don't want a shallow friendship, do you? Or maybe you do, and if you do, good on you. Like, that's good for you. And the last thing they don't tell you about year abroad, so the fifth thing, is that your life won't necessarily change in an instant. Well, technically it will, because you'll be living in another country. But in terms of you noticing any character development, growth takes time. You won't feel like a brand new person the second you step off the plane, or maybe 1 month in. It's like how do I word this? Your experiences and what you go through whilst on your year abroad, the things you do, will build and develop and mold you as a person. And you may realize 3 months in you're not who you used to be. You may realize this 6 months in, or a year after your year abroad. But it's literally your experiences will shape who you become, and it's a gradual process. So don't feel like there's something wrong with you if you still feel the same like 2 months into your year abroad. Don't feel like there's anything wrong with you and that you're not getting anything out of your year abroad. It's a thing that takes time, and I feel like in some cases it's when you sit down and reflect on your year abroad, or you reflect on the things you have been through, is only when you will then realize there has been growth or a change, whether it is for the better or worse. So don't think your life's gonna change in an instant like that, because it might not, and don't be sad if it doesn't. But anyways, like, following on from that, your year abroad experiences are unique to you. It's specific to you, so don't be disheartened if it doesn't fit the mold of a typical year abroad experience. Like, you're traveling all the time, spending loads of money with loads of friends, or if it doesn't look like other people's year abroads, because it's specific to you, and it doesn't mean anything's wrong with you or wrong with your year abroad experience. But everyone is different, and everyone goes through different things. So I'll say, do not be disheartened. Do not be disheartened at all. Be happy and be optimistic, and just make the most out of your year abroad. Try to enjoy it as much as possible. And I would just like to say congratulations to everyone and anyone who is doing a year abroad, and I wish you guys good luck and enjoy. And if you have any questions about a year abroad, or Australia, or Melbourne, Australia, because I live there for a year, or Melbourne, Australia specifically, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next one.